Hey guys, this is Vergil 95, recording live from your local county prison cell. Um, so, since I've been waiting for Dante Bayonetta for so long, as you'll recall, it was in my, first 15 episodes or something, um, I find it appropriate that I'm going to do Devil May Cry characters, because there's no Bayonetta characters besides Bayonetta to put in. That would be important enough. So I'm just going to do Devil May Cry characters for the next couple episodes. Two, to be exact, because afterwards that will be, the next death battle. So yeah, um, so this is gonna be so today's episode is gonna involve Virgil, and it is going to be Virgil versus Sesshomaru from Inuyasha. A lot of people I could put in, you know, Devil May Cry against Inuyasha, Inuyasha characters, Devil May Cry characters. Um, now again, I don't want to spend. I mean, I could spend a lot of time with Virgil and with Sesshomaru because there's a. As a matter of fact, yeah, I'll do that. I think I can probably swing that. Start with Virgil. Twin brother of Dante. Um, so naturally he would have all of Dante. Similar strength, speed, uh, durability of Dante. Um, but instead of Dante, who's all wild and crazy and over the top, Virgil's very not that Virgil's not over the top, but Virgil is very like everything he does is for a reason. He's not flashy. He just kills things. Um, he fits into the evil older brother archetype without being an older brother. Funny enough. So yeah, so Virgil uses the Yamato. Um, so that sorry uses the Yamato, which allows him to which is just a very fast sword, but it can also uh sort of in a way like cut through space with it. Like he can cut the air, and then like seconds later he can do like delayed cuts through the air basically. And he can also create these energy swords that he can fire at people, so that's pretty cool. Surround himself with energy swords, surround opponents with energy swords, and have it like Hellzone grenade them. Um, it's I've heard that now. I've heard people say that he's able to do this. His Dark Slayer style is actually him um temporarily slowing down time and doing it, much like the Quicksilver, or at least he's moving through time at a such faster pace than normal for a couple of seconds. But Virgil can teleport, so I don't think it's that. That's the other thing. Virgil can teleport. Maybe I should have just focused on that a little bit. Um. So yeah, and then his Devil Trigger, obviously like Dante's Devil Trigger makes him faster, stronger, more durable. He heals faster, all those sorts of things. So, and this guy is a legitimate combatant. Now, we could say, okay, he's got Beowulf. Okay, he's got Force Edge. No, he doesn't have Force Edge because he fucking used it, and Force Edge turned. Dante took Force Edge, and it turned into Sparta, and then he gave it to Trish. So Virgil definitely doesn't have it. And you could say, oh, he has Beowulf. Well, no, because he lost Beowulf, and Dante took it from him also. And then Dante replaced Beowulf with Ifrit, and then later Gilgamesh. So that's a definite no. So yeah, Virgil's basically just got Yamato here. Um, but let's look at Sesshomaru here for a second. Older brother of Inuyasha, full demon. Virgil is still a half demon. This guy's a full demon. Um, so he can transform into a giant, his true form, a giant, demon dog. Um, originally had the Tesega, which was not really utilizable as a weapon at first, but then he found that he could teleport people to hell with it. But then he allowed Inuyasha to break Tetsaiga over it, so that it could absorb that ability, and at one point he also had a different sword, but that was sort of short lived. Um, so yeah, there's that sort of thing. But then, of course, um, he's got his eventually later in Final Act, he got the Boxaiga, which is a phenomenally better sword than either of the two he had. So it's like, yo, Boxaiga, the Tetsaiga can destroy 100 demons with a slash. This thing can annihilate 1,000. Like, this thing lights up the fucking sky when it attacks. So it's pretty fucking awesome. And also, so not only does he just have a better sword than Inuyasha, he is, for the most part, just better than Inuyasha. I mean, because of his full demon. Because, let's put this into perspective. Inuyasha was able to lift 9 tons, barely, and he almost broke his back doing it. Sesshomaru can lift 9 tons with one arm. Inuyasha can run faster than a horse, whereas Sesshomaru can move faster than the human eye can see. So, fast, like, we're talking at least speed of sound here? Well, no, I wouldn't say that. Probably not that. But he can move faster than human eye can see. Inuyasha gets a really deep cut, and he has to wait a day or two for it to heal. Sesshomaru got his arm cut off, and he just puts another one back on. He just cuts another person's arm off and then puts it back on. Granted, he had to use a Shikon Jewel to power it up so that he could use it more, but, what you gonna do? And then then we've got just Sesshomaru's basic stuff. Like, Inuyasha has to, Iron Reaver Soul Stealer with his claws. Sesshomaru has, like, a sash thing that he can cut people with. And Sesshomaru's claws are acidic. Like, he can melt rock with them. These are just the basic things about the guy. So yeah, but let's talk about Virgil versus Sesshomaru here. I'm gonna say Boxaiga is definitely the more powerful weapon of the two. But in terms of physically, who's better, I want to say they're about equal. I want to say Virgil and Sesshomaru are about as strong. And you might bring up, like, oh, well, Sesshomaru is a full demon, so how could he be as strong? How could Virgil be as strong in him? Well, think about it this way. How many full demons have Virgil killed? Yeah, exactly. The guy's clearly up to par with full demons, right? So, yeah. Um, so, I mean, I guess Virgil's got like an advantage when it comes to being able to use his environment. I mean, teleporting is obviously going to be more useful than just moving faster than most people can. Because I imagine Virgil would be able to keep up with Sesshomaru in speed. So being able to teleport is just an advantage there. And, having all those projectile weapons that he can make unlimitedly, and having, the ability to, like, okay, I can create a barrier around myself with these swords. I can make these swords surround you so that you can't escape them. I can, like Virgil, I just think has a big advantage when it comes to that. So I'm going, but then again, with Boxaiga, with Boxaiga, I'm gonna give it to Shomaru. Simply because 1,000, like, Virgil can kill 1,000 demons in a couple minutes, maybe, like in a minute or two, under a minute, I'd say. Sesshomaru can do it in literally a fraction of a second. Like, that amount of power is, and we've seen Yamato do some crazy things, but just that amount of power is unheard of. I mean, Virgil could go into his Devil Trigger. That's also true. He can go into his Devil Trigger and everything. This would be an interesting fight. You know what? Scratch that. I'm gonna say I don't know about this one. This is definitely two very powerful people, and I don't really think there's necessarily a calling to this fight on for me without like going into it really deep. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say uh, this fight would be badass, and I don't know who will win. Who would win? Sorry. So yeah, but anyway, Verbal Engine 95.